Hello, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me well. We are all set to do the live, and today um, we are going to talk about a very, very sensitive and an important topic, and it is about our animals, and it is about, do our animals feel scared, or are they afraid when it's time for them to cross over. And that's a very difficult time for every pet parent, for every person who's got an animal or has ever lost an animal would know that is a very, very difficult time. We are very helpless. We do not know what to do. We do not know how to process this whole event of crossing over. We are not we are not aware of how exactly the animal is feeling. We know that we are feeling very stressed and we are feeling very restless. Door band kar do. So we are feeling very stressed and we are feeling very restless, but we do not know how actually the animal is feeling. And many a times in my animal communication sessions and in my crossover animal communication sessions, people ask me, oh, this was happening when my pet was crossing over. He was wagging his tail, or he was looking restless, or she was not focused on to what is happening around. She was looking zoned out. So these common questions keep coming up, and that's the reason why I thought that I'm going to talk about this big, huge topic today. And those of you who know me, they know what I do, but those who don't, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Parul Chaudhri. I'm an animal communicator. I'm an animal healer. I work with animals at soul level, and I've been doing this work from years, like, being with animals, taking care of animals, healing animals, and doing all of that. But uh, now I have extended my work to a larger space, to a larger community, to more people, because I know this is the time where we need to understand and revisit the bond that we have with animals. It's amazing how animals are such an integral part of our life, and how less we know about our animals. Today only, I was on Instagram. I saw this beautiful story where there were birds who were making a nest, and they were making, like, there were many birds. It was like a apartment complex they were building. I had never seen anything like that. I've never seen a bird have a nest which is huge, and there are like 500 birds living together in that, and they were weaving it, and they were the ones who were making it. So sometimes, just because we have animals who just look very sweet, they bring a lot of unconditional love, and we feel that, oh, they're just animals, how much do they know? But they know so much about survival. They're so smart. They understand why they are here. Their purpose is very clear. They know everything, what they are doing, why they are doing, and how they are doing that. Saying that, I know they do exist in the 3D plane, and they do exist in the soul plane. So in the physical plane, this is the physical world where we are all there. They are also with us, experiencing a lot of emotions like us: jealousy, anger, hatred. So when we talk about death, hello Anya, hello Surbi, hello. So I will. You can all keep putting your questions in the chat, whatever you want to ask about this. Once I give you a little overview of the of what I'm saying, and then we will take up your questions also, because I love to talk, and I love to come and share and connect with all of you. And even the ones who are going to watch this video once it is recorded and once I save it, a big hello to all of them also. And they can also put their questions in the comments below, and I will come back on this posted video and come back and answer their questions also, because I know this is something which a lot of pet parents, a lot of humans who live with animals want to know. So, saying that the animals are scared, I would say the answer is a yes or a no. So, if I just give you a plain, simple answer, is my animal scared of dying or not? So, it is yes and no. Why I say yes and no? Because at the soul plane, your animals are very, very aware They know what is happening because they have chosen that they are going to cross over now. They have chosen how they are going to cross over. They have even chosen that who will be there and who will not be there, and whether this is going to happen in a hospital, whether it's going to happen in the house. Are they choosing an accident? Are they choosing an illness? All this has been very beautifully chosen by them, and they know that this is what we are doing. Saying that, they do get scared in the physical plane, because in the physical plane they are experiencing some pain, they are experiencing discomfort. They know that they are going to cross over, so yes, they do experience that pain and discomfort. And sometimes you may see a scared look on their face. But let me tell you, all this that is happening is a part of the way they are planning their crossing over. And the way they are planning to cross over is also helping you. Their purpose there also is to help you. I know it's not something which very nice that even when they are crossing over they are helping us, and we are talking about it and we are sharing this, but this brings up a big emotion. Even when I'm saying, it's bringing up such a big emotion in me, that how much they are out there helping us and always looking after us, even when it is very difficult for them to show up completely for us. But that's how they are. That's how much love they bring for us. That is how their unconditional love works. And that's just the way they are. We can't change that. So saying that, I come back to what we were talking about, is that do animals experience that pain? Do they experience that fear? Yes, they do, and many animals have shared that also with me. That yeah, Madhavi is asking a question. Yes, I'll take all of them. So saying that, I want to take you back to a couple of my crossover animal communication sessions, the readings that I do with animals there, the flashes that are coming from those sessions. Many a times, animals are choosing that I don't want my human next to me, because in the whole process of crossing over, the only thing that they feel very overwhelmed is that they know that their human is going to face a lot of grief, a lot of guilt, and sometimes they delay that crossing over also, because they say my human is not ready. Maybe I need to give them more time. Maybe I need to hang in here more. I need to be here more for a month, 2 months, until I help them prep, until I help them understand that they have done enough that they could do for me, and now I'm ready to cross over. And sometimes the animal, just without any preparation, without letting their human know that it is their time, and they just cross over, because they don't want to drag it, because the more they drag that crossing over, it will cause guilt. So they are working with their human. They are seeing what their human needs the most at this point in time, and that is how they are choosing to cross over. That's how they're choosing to transition out of their body. And yes, they all understand, they all know that it is time for their death, but they see it very differently in comparison to us. We see it as an end, we see it's over. They see as they have, it's a completion. For them, it is like completion of a cycle. They came here, they did big work with us, and they're very happy because they did this work with us. Now, this is all they're feeling at the soul plane. They understand that. So they did this big work. They are very happy that this big job is done and it is over now, and we are going to move on. It's like a graduation for them. They are going to move on to the next phase, and then they are going to pick up a new lesson, or they are going to see how they can help you from the other side, or they see how they can connect. So they are looking into it as a change. We are looking at it as an end. They are looking at it as a change. So the whole perspective of fear shifts. If anything ends, that is where there's a lot of fear, because we do not know what's going to happen next, and this looks like a dead end. For them, transition does not look, crossing over or death and dying does not look like an end. It looks like a transition. It looks like going into the next step, the next phase of their new cycle, which they are going to choose. They are going to come. Okay, so a lot of people are asking, but then why kittens die? They have to die. And sorry, I'm saying it like that, and I'm feeling bad saying that they have to die. But every life comes, and every life decides that this is my purpose. This is for this time I'm going to be here, and then I'm going to move out. So I will share something what animals have shared with me in sessions, and that's the only source that I learned. So what they have shown me that they get three exits in their life to move out, and the first exit is when they are born. That is a time when they can just take that exit and move out. If their purpose is only that much, they have come here to do only that much, they have chosen only that part, and they have chosen their first exit, they will go out. Then comes the second and the third. So they get these options which one they are going to choose. And every exit comes with their purpose, what they are going to do, why they are here, how they are helping, and they have their reasons. So understand, if a kitten is born and in the next, I have experienced this in my own house when Juno got pregnant, and she delivered 5 kittens and only 2 could survive. 3 crossed over just in 2 days. It was just 2 days, and they crossed over with whatever pest care we could do. Everything looked okay, but then just decided to move back. They had a purpose. They came there because they wanted to complete that birthing cycle. They wanted to experience that. They wanted to bring that joy. They wanted to be there for only that time to complete their cycle. So it was more about them and why they came there at that moment. And they took the first exit and they moved out. So sometimes we just have to honor their will, their plan, and understand that why they are here for us, even for that shorter time. So, ma'am, I'm upset. Died in yesterday. I am not mentally fine. Please help me. Sorry, I do not understand the question, but I'm just sending you a lot of love. Can you ask this question again? My dog age is 4 years. I'm not sure, Madhu, what you're asking. So can you just rephrase your question? Okay. So what I was talking about is that this is how they decide, and they choose that we are going to go out of the body, and this is how we are going to help the human. They bring that bigger purpose. They see it as a completion of a cycle, saying that yes, they sometimes experience fear. Sometimes that can bring up a fear, but they're not scared of dying. They know that is something that is going to happen. They have chosen that yes, we are going to be born and one day we are going to go away. But sometimes the process that you choose can bring up a fear or distress or an uncomfortable feeling. But understand one thing, whatever they're doing at that point in time is also to see how they can assist you in a bigger and a larger way, because they come in our lives with a lot of lessons. They're here to help us grow, they're here to help us evolve. They choose us in the soul plane. They decide that yes, I'm going to be like Scooter decides I'm going to be in Parul's life, or Yuki comes in, okay, I'm coming in Parul's life because I have this work to do with her, and this is what we are going to do together. And then they will bring up certain behavior, certain certain mannerisms, or they have their own way of communicating that, and that's a whole different topic. We will discuss about that some other day. But they bring up those lessons in our life and they communicate those lessons to us, and that's not the end of it. Most of the time people feel, okay, I know the purpose of my animal, I know what my animal is here to do, I'm very happy, I'm a lot of gratitude, I love them, I thank them, and they are my life, and I am their life. But what next? They are coming here for a purpose. Their life feels beautiful, fulfilled, and complete when you start working on the things that they are bringing in your life. They are here to help you do that. And that's what they're looking at. So they are giving you that big love. They are giving so much of unconditional love to you. They are doing so many things for you. And they're always there, no matter whether you are sad, upset, you look good, or you look bad today. They show up and they give you the love. But they want you to go the next step, and that is when the big win happens for them. That is when the big victory comes for them. Oh wow, yes, my human understands why I'm here, and yes, we are working together, and yes, we are making the best of our time together. That is when the whole the big expansion and the big connection happens. So even when they cross over, it's not an end, it's an expansion, it's a connection, it's expanding into a new space. where they can even work with you from the spirit realm. They can decide to be back with you and work. So it all depends on the plan, what they're choosing after that. So yes, animals have a very beautiful plan when they cross over. They're not scared. It's just a completion of a cycle and then an expansion. We are looking at it like a dead end. They are not. So I just summed up what we talked. And now many people are asking questions. Let me just get back to the questions. So thank you. I thought we are learning something from it, but we should just honor their decisions. No, we are learning also something from it. Saying that, it's not that we are just learning from it. We have to, we honor their decisions, and we learn as well that during our lifetime, what lessons have they brought up was are bringing up for us, and how do we need to work on it. That's a different thing. See, क्या होता है कि देर इज एक एनिमल आया आपकी लाइफ में, वो एक पर्पस लाया, एक मीनिंग लाया, एक लेसन लाया आपकी लाइफ में. आपको उसके ऊपर काम करना है, पर उसको ऑनर भी करना है. ऑनर कैसे करोगे? जब तक आप उस पर काम नहीं करोगे, यू आर नॉट ऑनरिंग व्हाट ही इज बॉट फॉर यू. You are not giving him that due respect, the due regard, the love that he expands and brings for you in your life. वो भी तो आपको उसको वापस करना पड़ेगा ना. So it's like a give and take process. अगर हम literal terms में देखें, अगर वो हमारे लिए इतना सारा unconditional love ला रहे हैं, it's not कि हमें सिर्फ बैठ के उसको enjoy करना है. वो हमारे लिए ला रहे हैं क्योंकि वो हमें हेल्प कर रहे हैं कि हम हमारी ग्रोथ हो, हम ग्रो करें, हम एक्सपैंड करें. वो हेल्प चाह रहे हैं. वो चाहते हैं कि हम वो काम करें. And yes, it looks like honoring them by working, by putting in that work. Okay. Ma'am, I have already told about his death. What happened to his soul now? Okay, you're talking about your pet's death and you want to know what is happening to his soul now. So when your pet crosses over, their soul transitions into a different realm. They are not lost. वो कहीं खो नहीं गए हैं. वो कहीं it's not that they are sitting somewhere, they're alone, they're lost, they don't know what's happening. They go back. They go back where? From where they come. You may call it the rainbow bridge, you may call it the other side, you may give any name. That is a beautiful place. It's a frequency, it's a vibration. They're vibrating at a higher frequency. Now they're out of their body. They are with their own people, with their soul family. Even a part of you is also there. Aapka bhi essence hai. You have not completely reincarnated back into this lifetime. Your essence is also there. You are also welcoming your crossover pet up there. So yes, they are in a safe place. Their soul is absolutely safe. There is nothing wrong with them. They're in a very, very happy space. So that is what is happening to their soul. Ma'am, there are so many people who don't even know animals are there to help them. So how do these animals teach such people lessons? Very good question. They're just, we don't realize when they're teaching us. So when you get up in the morning and walk out of your house and you see a stray dog every day standing there looking with those beautiful eyes at you, and though you're not a dog person and you don't love them and you're really not worried about animals, and the first day you say, you just shoo the animal away, that, hey, I'm scared, I don't need you. But the next day again, that animal shows up with those beautiful eyes looking at you, and maybe you think, oh my God, he's again here, what do I do now? And the third day again he shows up, the fourth day again he shows up, and the fifth day you feel maybe he's just asking for food, he's just hungry, he's just here so that I can feed. So then you go inside and you get a bread, or you get a roti, or you get a biscuit, whatever you try to feed that animal. And then that animal starts wagging, the dog starts wagging the tail, and he sits very peacefully looking there. So that 10th time when you come out of the house and you look, you're not feeling so scared. You're okay, that I know he exists in my space. But then when he starts approaching you, coming towards you, say, no, I know, I don't want you to lick me, I don't like that, I'm not interested, I'm feeding you, I will feed you and I will go away. What is happening here? This is a lesson that the animal is bringing up. This animal whom you are seeing, or this dog that you see, or that bird which comes and pecks every day at your window, and you say, I don't want her to scratch my window pane. What do I do now? Okay, probably I can just start feeding. And that's how slowly and gradually that relationship starts building. They start opening up your heart. They are here to share love. They're here to raise the vibration, help you see compassion. These are very small things without you knowing they are helping you. And you would say many a times there are people who get very angry, and they're very cruel at animals, and they are so everybody is not kind to give something to eat or open up like that. But while that person is being cruel or getting angry, or maybe hitting that animal or doing something very bad, there'll be somebody else who'll be watching, who will come and who will show up and say, no, you can't do this, this is bad, I'm here, I'm feeding this animal, I'm taking care of this animal. So here the animal is working at both of them. He is helping that person see that rage and anger that he is bringing up, because there is nobody who feels happy or excited after doing cruelty. Everybody in their own solitude, in their own time and life, realize that what they have done, and the other person who is seeing and who's looking and saying, oh my god, I need to protect again the same animal, by absorbing or taking on this cruelty on himself, is raising that other person's vibration and making him feel uncomfortable, that hey, you cannot just sit like this, you need to stand up, you need to speak what you feel is right, don't get scared. Because his love is so strong, because that human feels so much of love for this animal, that he's willing to keep the fear back and stand up and rise and come. And I see this happening every day. I'm just giving you one example, but I see this happening every day in and around me in my sessions, when animals show up and they share these lovely moments and how they are helping. So they're not like the hard taskmasters who will come with a stick and say, hey, this is your lesson and I'm here and I'm going to teach you this, you better sit down. They do it in a very gentle and a loving way. And if you respond and if you work on it, then this beautiful relation grows and evolves and turns out to be something very wonderful that you cherish for your entire lifetime. Ma'am, okay, let's see what are the other questions. How can I tell the difference between the fear of death and the confusion that comes with senior pet cognitive decline? That's a very good question, Kajal. When a senior pet cognitive decline happens, it shows up in ways which he could be. Suppose you have a pet, and she is very comfortable, she moves around the house, suddenly she starts feeling confused, suddenly she's not able to identify spaces, but she's okay, she's happy, she's eating, she's healthy, and everything is happening. So fear of death will happen when the pet is ready to cross over. They don't hold that fear the moment we start aging. See, this is the difference between humans and animals. So when we start aging, we start thinking, oh my God, I don't know how long I'm going to live. And now I have this particular ailment and I'm aging, and maybe I'm 70 now. How many years will I go on? Or this is 80 now. And you must have seen our grandparents sometimes say that, oh, it's our time now and we are very old and we don't know how long we are going to live. Animals don't do that. They don't live in that fear. They live in the present moment. So if the fear happens only when they are in that process of crossing over, they are not holding that fear from a month back or 5 months back or 10 months back. Though they know that there is a process and we have already started transitioning, the bigger fear comes, when they are leaving us behind. How are we going to process it? How are we going to respond? What is going to happen to us? Because they feel that they are not around to comfort us. They are not around physically to help us. And as humans, for us to connect in the spirit, to connect to them, we're having that connection without the body. In the spirit, it takes time. They prepare us to do that. So a dog which is having a senior pet who's having any cognitive decline or cognitive issues shows up every day in a very different way, and this is only about their mental health, not so much about their physical health. And if they are physically also, they are old, say they are limping, there is discomfort in walking, those are those conditions that they are facing at that moment, at that time. They are not, it's not a collective thing that they are processing the fear, oh my god, now I'm old and now I'm scared that I'm going to die. That does not work like that. My stray Bhola passed away 2 years ago. He was 1 month old. So did he knew he was going to cross over? Yes, absolutely. Does not matter whether they are 1 month, 10 days, 20 days, or 10 years old. They know what they have chosen, and they know that they're going to cross over. Okay, my cat Balance keeps meowing, like the name Balance. What is she trying to tell me? Me reading animals still a work in process. Okay. There could be 100 things that your cat could be meowing for. And if you're interested in reading animals and understanding yourself, just see when she starts meowing what is happening around you, what is happening inside you, and that will help you understand. Or else we can always connect in a proper animal communication session and understand what she is doing. Okay, I can scroll this also. Oh, why is it not moving? Yeah. My pet want. So Kajal says my pet waited until I arrived before taking their last breath. Did they choose that moment? Oh, absolutely. They did choose that moment because, as I told you, they will help you find comfort or whatever you need in their crossing over also. So, yes, your pet waited till the last moment that you show up and then he crosses over, because sometimes in the crossover animal communication sessions, they come and tell me that my pet parent is suffering. They suffer from guilt, they suffer from the feeling of not doing enough. So if that is what you struggle with, the pet knew that if you would not be around and if she crosses over or he crosses over, then it will leave you in lot more guilt and grief and pain, and they do not want that to happen for you. So yes, and sometimes some of the animals choose that you're not there when they're crossing over, because it's difficult, you cannot bear to see that, and probably you that is the last image that you would live with. In one of the sessions, that's what the pet said to her pet parent, saying that the animal said, no, I didn't want her, because she would have replayed this last image of me 100 times in her head, and it would have been very difficult for her to cope up with this loss. And now, at least when she closes her eyes and she remembers or she thinks of me as running, playing, being happy, sitting with her, and that brings her comfort. And seeing me in that state would have brought her a lot more pain. So they really know what they're doing. Okay, Karan says my dog looked terrified at the vet before euthanasia. Did she think I betrayed her? No, not really. Why? Because your animal will send you, if you are choosing euthanasia, trust me, you are not choosing it all by yourself. Your animal is a very much party to it, and your animal knows that this is what they want. And sometimes people come to me, in a session, and they're confused and they have this doubt that, I don't know, I'm not sure whether I should do the euthanasia or not. And sometimes the animals will say, no, I don't need it, I'm going to do it all by myself. So animals are the ones who are guiding you and telling you that, hey, this is what I need and this is what I don't need. Saying that, yes, your animal could have been scared, but not because your animal is going to cross over, because your animal knew that this is a very tough call that you are taking. She could sense your emotions, she could sense your fear, she could sense your doubt that you're not very sure whether this is something that you need to do or you don't need to do. Because if it is something that you are not supposed to do, they will send you doubts, they will send you messages. They, like, a lady came into my session, she says, before I was thinking to euthanize my pet, and I was very doubtful, out of nowhere your reel popped up where you were talking about euthanasia, and that made me come to this session, and that made me book this session. So this is the way they guide their this is the way they are guiding their pet parents, that, hey, probably you're not doing the right thing, this is what I need, this is how you need to look at it. So they will guide you. And your pet on that table was sensing your fear, and physically also, she was in a place which was a wet place, is no good place for any uh, pet to be. Saying that does not mean that they need not go to the vet, but that's a scary place for many animals. And she could just be processing, I know I have not connected with your pet. Once I connect and talk and understand, we'll have a better and a clear picture that how was she, would she want to be at a vet's place, did she enjoy being at vet clinics, did she like being pricked and poked. So all these things will come out with a lot of clarity once we do the session. But saying that, your pet senses and picks up your emotion and your fears, and they sometimes mirror it back, and it may look like that she's very scared of getting euthanasia done. Trust me, if she didn't want it, she would not be lying on that table and she would have made sure that she does not land up there if she didn't need it. Okay. Sanchita says, I have tears. Blessed that God made animals. Absolutely. God made animals so that we can learn, we can feel the unconditional love. There's magic in their world, and we hardly know anything about the animal world. There is so much to learn, there is so much to experience. That's a whole beautiful place away from the whole busyness that we have, how much we struggle, how much we want to prove ourselves. There's so much that we want to do, and animals are so beautiful, I can't tell you that they have a whole beautiful world which just grows and builds on presence, unconditional love. They're 5D beings, they have higher qualities, and they're vibrating at a much higher frequency and bringing in so much of love and learning that I can't tell you. Shushma is saying, ma'am, you say when pets are dying, they don't suffer when they are in the process of dying and recovers again. So do they suffer in the process before recovery? I'm sorry, Sushma. I cannot understand the question that you're trying to ask. Basically, whatever I understood of that question, I can say that when the animals are crossing over and they know that they disconnect their body, they disconnect the physical body and the spirit. The spirit starts moving out. It's a gradual process. They're disconnecting. When they're disconnecting, their awareness is going down. They're not so connected with what is happening around. They're not so connected with the physical pain. You know how we are when we are dying. We're very connected with our body. मेरे यहाँ दर्द हो रहा है. I'm having so much of pain here. There is this discomfort, that discomfort. Rather than thinking about the journey we are going to take, rather than about thinking that what is going to come up, we are transitioning from where we came, we are going to merge with the divine, and there'll be a divine light, and we are going back to the source. Instead of thinking all those, we are only worried about the pain. But animals, when they're crossing over, they are thinking about that a lot. They start connecting to that realm. They understand that there'll be light, we'll have our own soul family there. So they're already preparing that transition, unlike us. So we are holding on to this one strand of life that we have, and we are just going, no, 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 we want to live more, we want to be here, and we, how can I extend my life, how can I live more, how can I do this? When their time comes, they're disconnected with all of this feeling, and they start connecting with that feeling up there. So that is why probably that's what you're trying to ask, and that's what makes their process a little easier than ours. How can I apologize to my pet if I feel their final moments were stressful or scary? Can they hear me now? I am in a lot of grief, ma'am. So, what you can do is that we can always connect with animals in spirit, and that's what I do. I connect with animals who are here, I connect with animals who are in spirit. So, you can definitely connect with your animal who is in spirit, and we can do a crossover animal communication session. Whatever you want to tell your animal, you want to apologize, you want to talk to him, whatever you want to say, you can do that. And most of the time, once you communicate, the grief does become less, because even when they're on the other side, they're helping us release the guilt, helping us cope with the grief. And it's beautiful when they come and they say that I saw you doing that the other day, and I know you are not feeling yourself, and see how I send you that sign. That fills your heart with love, because then immediately you feel that, oh wow, my animal is still watching me, my animal is here, I can still feel that connection, or this, he's still watching over me, or she's still loving me. That's a very beautiful feeling. And as I'm saying that, I'm almost on the verge of crying, and I'm getting these goosebumps, that how beautifully they are still holding space for us, sending us love and looking after. We are so blessed to have such selfless beings, almost as good as God. I don't see them less than the creator, because such magical qualities only a creator who has created this beautiful universe can have. I'm sorry, I just got a little carried away. Okay. Uh, Sanchita says, thank you for each of your life. We get to learn so much about animals. I listen to each word you say, and it helps tremendously. Thank you. Thank you so much for the love that you share. And it is just the love that you give me brings me here every time on the live to talk to you. So, why did my 15-year-old dog avoid staying near me for almost 2 months before he passed? We were more than soulmates. We'll have to check with your dog and see that why that happened, but I can tell you he was just helping you prepare for the transition. Sometimes they will create that physical distance because they know that you are going to miss the physicalness. And it's like they help us regulate our nervous system also. They help us understand that there is the separation is coming our way, and they will create that distance and not come to you, not connect to you, and not be so much in your physical place, but still that connection, the cord. It's like I'm doing a sacrifice. And haven't you seen people sacrifice like that? That if they have a bigger ailment, they don't want to share with their family, they want to be close to them, they don't want to tell them, they don't want them to feel grief. Here he was just preparing you that, hey, I'm not going to be around, and I know my physical body is not going to be there. I'm going to help you learn to experience my love without even having me close to me. So yeah, sometimes they will teach us, sometimes they will guide us, and sometimes they take us through that process. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Hello, ma'am. Waiting for your animal communication workshop. Please do. Really waiting to learn from you. Kriti, this side. Kriti, I'm starting animal communication workshops. I think you're the one who comes most in all my, uh, in all my reels, in all my lives. You're the one who's telling me, ma'am, let's do. And I think it's time, and my guides and my animals are sending me this message through all of you. And yes, most probably in April, I'll be starting the foundation batch. We'll be sharing the dates of the animal communication course with you. I'll be starting the foundation, and in which we will learn a lot of interesting things, how to send message, receive message, what to do. And I'm going to share that details with you very soon. And most probably it will be in April. Yeah. Surbhi Pandey, ma'am, you are pure soul. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. We are all divine, pure souls. We have no different soul. We are all coming from the divine light, and we all have the capability and capacity to open up and share love with each other. Karan, thank you, ma'am. Yay, thank you so much. Thank you. Sending you a lot of love. Hello, ma'am. Does this happen like some animals after crossing over, they don't want to come back but send their soul family members, and some want to come back again to their same family? Why this happens? It's an interesting question and a lot of food for thought here. But this depends from animal to animal, what they are choosing. Do they want to come back? Do they want to send somebody back to you to take care of you? This happens once they cross over and they decide, and every animal has their own reasons to decide this. So yes, they can choose, and once they are in that plane, they're very evolved, they're very powerful, they vibrate at a higher frequency, they see our life in a larger perspective, and they understand what we need the most. This will be my birthday gift from universe. What is this? Whatever it is, I'm very happy if you're happy. Kajal, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was lovely talking and connecting with all of you. And I will come up again. And I'm thinking of putting up a story. If you all know my Instagram, I will put up the Instagram handle here also. And if there are any topics which are in your mind and you want to understand more about animals, you can also share in the comments here below, for we can plan the next live like that. Or you can share on my Instagram or DM and let me know, hey, we want to know more about this, and this is what we want to understand more about animals, and I'll be happy to come and talk and share. It was lovely talking to you, meeting you. See you next Thursday. Bye bye. Take care.